All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. It is time to take a look at a couple of Rough Ryder knives. So say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powder Toast Man and Log and TV. And let's get started, guys. These come by way of our friends at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. This is not really a review as much as just kind of an overview, a look-see at these knives. Haven't really cut with them or used them because I'm going to be giving them away, and it'll probably, by the time you see this video, they'll probably have already been given away on my Knives live stream. So SMKW gladly donated these, and I just wanted to take a look at them because it's been a while since I've taken a look at a Rough Ryder knife on the channel, so I wanted to do that. So the first one is actually the Rough Ryder 2022 Christmas Trapper. You have kind of this, I guess holographic, or what do you want to call it? There's the Rough Ryder logo, but then there's Santa Claus, and you got all the Christmas ornaments with Happy Holidays and Rough Ryder logos, and that's pretty cool. And then on this side, you've got, again, Santa kind of moving around, delivering presents, a Christmas tree, a snowman. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff. You got the pinched slant bolsters, no R's on there. Very cool. You have a double nail nick here with the match strike on both blades. So let's start with this guy. This is the Merry Christmas on the very long clip point blade, again with two match strike pulls. Very cool. You got Rough Ryder there. And this is Rough Ryder number 2521. Let me look at the box just to make sure because it's hard to read that. Yep, 2521. Cool box, by the way. Magnetic closure on the box. Cut out for the knife. Really, really nice, especially at the price point. Now, pretty nice. Probably a 4 to a 5 there. I would say 5 on the early open there. And like 4 the rest of the way. Very cool. Oh, by the way, we didn't look at this. Very nice. You got brass liners, brass pins. Very cool. Awesome, awesome. Don't see any huge gapping. There's a little bit right there. No like blow through or anything like that. And then you got this huge spay blade with a Rough Ryder logo, Rough Ryder spelled out there. Lots of oil here. There you go. Where's my cloth? Here we go. Get that Devo white cloth nice and dirty. I like it. Won't be white for long. But there you go. Rough Ryder, and really nice kind of mirror look here, and frosted on this side almost with a little bit of almost like a stonewash look, but it's frosted there. Very cool. Rough Ryder. Very, very nice. Now, lengthwise, guys, this one, let me see. Let me get my computer out and we can talk about, let's see. This one is closed length of 4.12. Where's the overall, guys? Well, they're not going to give me the overall because they just don't like me, apparently. 4.12 closed, 4 ounces. The blades are 3.12. So about 7 1/4 overall there. Of course, acrylic 440A steel. And guys, these are at SMKW for $17. That is correct. Now, we'll do our loyal comparison knives. I'm going to pull these boxes off real quick. There is the Rough Ryder, the Ontario Knife Company Rat 1 and the Rat 2. And it's about the same size as the Rat 2. So if you know the Rat 2, Ratatouille, that's what you've got there. All right, so that, again, is a pretty slick trapper. Oh, I didn't talk about the walk and talk on this one. Pretty good. I would call it, again, 4.5. That one's right at 4.5 to me. But really well done. They feel very sharp. No issues with well, okay, so this one is kind of over to the side a little bit. And sometimes that's because of just the spring alignment. And again, the springs are open in the half stop position. You do have half stops on both. But yeah, it is right over there. It's not quite rubbing, but it is pretty close. Same thing on this one, actually. But, you know, $17, that is what it is. Now, the next one is a Rough Ryder Reserve, and this is the RRR020. And there's your cloth, your Rough Ryder cloth that it comes wrapped in, and the wax paper. Really cool. Now, they call this one the Panthera. This is the Rough Ryder Reserve Panthera. You have this really unique, big handle that goes down to a narrow with a kind of a bulb on the end. And you got a twice fluted bolster here with a really nice satin finish. And then the end cap, again, single flute on that. Very, very nice. And you got that really crazy looking spear point with a big swedge and a single nail nick with a match strike. You hear that snap there. You do have a acorn, I think that's what they call that one, acorn shield. A little bit up. I don't know. Let me wipe that. I don't know if it's funk or scratches, but this is the first time I've even really had it out for any length of time, so it didn't come from me. But yeah, there you go. Just a little bit of scuffing there. This one is pretty centered. Again, I call that. So this first is probably about a 4 to 4.5, and then that's closer to a 5.5 to 6. Much stronger. And again, that right there, it's interesting because it was stronger to there. That is closer to a 4, and that is more like a 5. So it's kind of all over the place. It kind of feels a little bit spongy on the close right there. Not as strong as I would like it to be on the close. You do have a half stop. Your back spring is sticking out at the half stop. See, there's a little bit of, it's just a little, spongy right there to the all the way open. And it's very interesting to me because most of the Rough Ryder Reserves I've seen have been very snappy, and it may just be this particular one. There's your Rough Ryder Reserve. Very cool. And the 020 D2 steel, of course, on this single blade. Now, ergonomically, it's great. I mean, it's a little interesting because it points way down like that, but I like it. I mean, and you can kind of get your finger up here on that guard, and it's going to keep it from closing. But it is, like I said, it's a little soft right there. And it's really interesting to me because I've not experienced another one. And JB, I asked him about his Big Red EDC, and his is not like that. But it's still a good knife. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, on the comparison side, the Rat 1 is going to be much larger. And the Rat 2 is going to be pretty similar, I think, if you take out the angle. But there are your comparisons. Very, very cool. We'll put these over off to the side up here. Man, my camera is kind of drifting. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get it back over here. Sorry. All right, and so this is the Panthera. And again, 0020 Rough Ryder Reserve. Trying to get it open. And it is right at $50. Now, close length is 4 inches. And it is a 2.75-inch D2 tool steel blade. So that's just under 7 inches. Satin match strike pulls 3.4 ounces. Again, these are made in China. Brass underliners there. Very cool. Burlap micarta is your material. That's what I was trying to find, and I found it. Yeah, it calls it 6.75 inches, which sounds right. But you can see those brass underliners there. Very, very cool. You see your steel back spring. No real gapping to speak of. Again, there is some scuffing. And this is pretty new out of the box. Again, you're good and clean inside. And like I said, if it wasn't for this being a little spongy right there in the open position, you can see it's really weird because like right now it feels pretty strong, but then, man, it just, like right there, it just kind of hangs and so I don't know what it is. Might just be one thing with this particular knife, but again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little spongy on that part of the back spring. But really, really cool, really awesome little knives. Can't wait to give them away. Somebody's going to enjoy it. Both of these. So those are your Rough Ryder knives. that will, again, be thanks to our friends at SMKW. And check them out, guys. And you can use my my link in the description, and it won't get you anything in return, unfortunately, but it will get me a little something back, which does eventually get you something because I'm able to buy knives and review and give them away on the channel. I do that about once a month. I have a new knife in here. About once a month, I have a new knife in here to give away. I just ordered some stuff yesterday, so very, very cool. And guys, that's it. This is a pretty long video for me, but it's 2 knives, so there you go. Check those out at SMKW. Again, $16.99 for this one and $40 for this one. So thanks, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the description. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you so much for watching the Knives Fast channel.